Welcome to installment number 290 of the Mitzvahs as enumerated by Maimonides, the Rambam. Today we have one commandment, positive commandment 201. And this is an interesting one. We are continuing the conversation of wages. Remember yesterday we were speaking about paying wages to hired workers. And today on the same note is the mitzvah that if a person was working in a field that was harvesting fruit that was edible, that this person should be able to eat the fruit that he is harvesting, that we must allow a hired worker who is working with produce to eat from this food. Now, interestingly, biblically, the law is that he is allowed to eat this food after he completes his work, after he's already put it all in his basket and he's all done with the day. However, our sages have instituted that it's actually better for him to eat while he's working than waiting to the end of the day, because if he ate it while he was working, then what happens is that he's not so hungry and he's still working and he's eating while he's working. While if he had to wait until the end of the day, then he'd be really hungry and he would be taking off a much bigger chunk of time that he'd be working. He'd be taking a much bigger break. And so it's better for the employer if the worker was eating while he was working as opposed to taking a special break afterwards. Now, how much should a person eat? We are told he is allowed to eat as much as he needs to get full. Now, this is interesting because often they could be working with some very expensive produce like grapes or other fruits that are really expensive, and it could be that what he's eating, he's actually getting is in essence really having him be paid much more than his general payment because of everything that he's been munching on all day. And so therefore, of course, while he is allowed to eat as much as he needs to fill himself up, we advise him not to, because by him doing this is not going to want the employer is not going to want to hire him again. If he knows that this guy eats so much that it's not worth it for me to hire him, then in the end, he doesn't benefit, even though he just got himself a nice meal. But he doesn't benefit because he's not going to have the work again. And what's interesting about this mitzvah, and the reason the sages give us an explanation as to why we are given this mitzvah, is that it is important in order for God's blessings to be showered upon us and rain upon us. It is important that we be joyous. And what happens is that when the worker feels like he's being treated properly and he's being given his fair share and he's being fed, he feels happy. And by extension, what happens is the employer is happy too because his workers are happy. And so when the employees are happy and the employer is happy, then there's just a happy environment all around, and it's just a win-win for everybody. And this is really a good lesson for us in general in all of our business dealings. It is so important to treat our colleagues, treat our employees with respect, with love, so that they feel happy. And then in the end, you're the winner, the employer is the winner, and the colleague is the winner. We win by being kind to others and treating others with dignity and respect. Have a wonderful day.